Good afternoon and welcome to the Inspiring Inking Craft and Chat. It's Tuesday, the 1st of August, 2023. Thank you so much for joining me. If it's your first time here, we have 20 minutes or so of chatting and then I get crafting. If you are watching live, could you do me a sound and light check, please? That would be awesome. And let me know how you're doing on this cold, rainy, grey August day. Typical British weather. Or not. Oh, what's happening with my hair? Hang on. I've got rained on twice today. There we go. I look a bit more like I haven't got devil horns. Oh dear. Echo on the sound. I'm not sure. Hi, Kathy. She's in California. Hi, Anne. Hi, Michelle. Chris, I know sometimes you have me on 2 devices. Is that the problem? If anyone else can check. Oh, good. Okay. It's fixed. Awesome. Hi, Scylla. How's your puppy? Scylla sent me a picture of her puppy this morning. It's so cute. Windy and cloudy in Oxfordshire, says Margaret. She's saying hello to everybody. Anne is here from New Jersey. Thank you. We've got lots of international friends here today. No echo, says Kathy. Thank you. Hi, Jan. Good. Good. It's a very cool night in Australia, says Donna. I hope you tucked up somewhere nice and safe and warm. And Chris is saying hello from Chris and Angela from sunny Newbury, but windy. Puppy is full of mischief. Yeah, puppies are indeed always full of mischief. So there we go. So how are we doing? How was your weekend and your week? Let me know in the comments. Today's one of my busy days because I had card club this morning and the lovely Michelle and Sue and Karen, they were all there. And I don't craft at card class. I help out and chat and, sort things out if there are ever any problems. And I ended up covered in ink again. So I've had to paint my nails to cover over all the ink. It's been a disaster. What is going on? I'm going fuzzy again. Hang on, let me just cover that over and let it try and refocus. Put my face in. Yeah, look, that's better. I like being in soft focus, but I don't like being completely blurry. Yeah, so I've had to come home and paint my nails because I've been giving my nails a rest. So we talk about this often, my trauma with my nails. Because obviously when I'm filming, you don't want to be distracted by nails that aren't pretty. So I've been giving them a rest and I've been using a serum on them, and that seems to be really working, but I just need to give them a rest from polish. So as soon as I've finished today, I'm going to take the polish off and give them a bit more of a rest. Donna's in bed nice and warm. It's not surprising. It's very late there. And Triana. So Antriana is at work, and in order for her bosses to think that she's actually working, I have to say the word invoicing often so that we can We can disguise what she's actually doing. Good afternoon, Sue. So I went for the red look, Sue. So I was getting advice from Sue and Michelle this morning about what I was going to do to try and hide the black ink that was everywhere. So I do have a question for you today. And I've got a pile of things to show you. So my question for you today is, what movies do you watch more than once? Now, I love movies. And I love going to the cinema to see movies, but I also love to be curled up on my sofa watching movies. And I have cupboards full of DVDs, which bizarrely, we don't watch that often these days, because invariably the movies that we like to watch come around on the telly or on Netflix or on Prime or Disney, whichever. But what movies do you watch more than once? So if ever you've heard me talk about the books that I read and TV programs and things that I watch, I have the weirdest, really weird collection of interests. So I love murder and gory things. I love fantasy stuff. So like witches, wizards, werewolves, vampires. I love sci-fi and sci-fi fantasy stuff. I love Disney. I love action movies. I love things that blow up. I love car racing. So I love romantic comedies and things. So I watch the weirdest collection of things. So the reason that I thought I would talk about this today is because over the past week, whenever I've kind of been channel hopping, thinking, what can I watch? I've seen movies that I've seen 100 times. Some of these movies I must have seen 10 or 20 times. Should I be confessing this? So in the last week, it's been disaster movie week. So there was Armageddon. Love me a bit of Bruce Willis. And yesterday or the day before was The Day After Tomorrow. That's another world-ending disaster movie. But I thought I've got a stack of DVDs here just to show you some of them, and then you put in all of your favorites. So we've all got a great big long list of movies to watch. So right, this one just is awesome. If you've never seen this, it's one of mine and Brian's favorite movies. I mean, it's pretty much completely Matt Damon throughout, but it is really cool. Guardians of the Galaxy, both of them, although I haven't seen the new one yet. Pirates of the Caribbean, pretty much the whole series. James Bond. So I'm a Sean Connery and a Daniel Craig Bond. Not a fan of any of the others, but those I watch. Rom-coms. How many times have I seen this? Love this. Fast and Furious. Only up to about 6 or 7. Then they started getting a bit far-fetched. Magnetic planes that can catch cars. Just a bit too far. Highlander. There's a blast from the 80s. The next one, the next two actually, or the last two, on come with a health warning. I'm not entirely sure how Deadpool is a 15, but if you are delicate in nature, it will not be for you. There's some pretty extreme X-rated things in there, but Ryan Reynolds is just amazing, and Riddick, and again, that's really cool. But I also love Star Wars. I love Star Trek. Oh, so many. So I'm gonna. It's all been going. There's been a million messages. Oh dear, I've got a really itchy eye. Lots of messages, so I'm going to read them out. Let's see what we've got here. I bet lots of you are going to be saying all the ones that I watch as well. So, Anita's here from Germany. Hello, hello. Sue's here. Gordy's here from North Carolina. Oh, Sue, Chris has had a lovely time away visiting friends, and she needs to settle back to normal life and read all the messages about Stampin' Up and the new website. Yeah, so Chris, if you've not gone into the new website yet, sorry, I just need to explain this because Chris is demonstrator. If you've not been in the new website yet and it doesn't make sense, the linking and joining, give demonstrator support a call and they will help you. Gordy's saying rom-coms. Harry Potter. So Antriana is saying Harry Potter. Yeah, that's on my list. Chick flicks and Disney. Gordy's saying Sleepless in Seattle. Dr. Zhivago, Pretty Woman, musicals from the 40s and 50s. You see, I love musicals. So yeah, they're all on my list. Oh, Chocolat is Karen's go-to feel-good movie. That is a really good movie, and the book is brilliant. Antriana loves Marvel. Lorraine's here. Hello, hello. Oh, Gordy. White Christmas, every Christmas. So we watch The Polar Express, Rudolph, which is an animated movie. Polar Express is animated as well. And Love Actually, even though it's not well, it kind of is Christmassy. Donna's saying she loves the series Outlander. And she likes pretty much everything else that I like. Kathy's saying The Way We Were, The Bridges of Madison County, and the Godfather series. So The Bridges of Madison County is on my list, but I haven't seen it. It's one of those movies that I keep meaning to watch and haven't. And The Way We Were, I'll check that out. Jan loves the original trilogy with Harrison Ford, Star Wars, Indiana Jones. How did I miss Indiana Jones? I bet you I could pretty much quote everything from Indiana Jones. Sound of Music, South Pacific, Love Actually, The Holiday. Yeah, that's really good. Sean Connery is James Bond, Sleepless in Seattle, and You've Got Mail. Avatar, says Donna. Doris is saying hello from Wisconsin. Doris, we're talking about movies that we've watched lots. Deborah said she could watch all of the videos I've shown. Oh, Fifth Element. No. That's another one, you see. This is why I ask you all the questions, because then I get all these awesome answers and then I have to go and investigate these things. You're very welcome, Chris. Green Mile. Yeah, actually anything with, what's his name? What's the actor's name? Oh no. Forrest Gump. Oh no. Somebody will get it. Tell me what the actor's name is. Pretty much any of his movies. Oh, Kathy's saying I need to see the movie. It makes her cry every time. Oh no. Yeah, I'm a crier, you see. This is this is actually one of the issues. That's why there aren't many sad movies in there, because I am definitely a crier. Enemy of the State, Day of the Jackal, Holiday, Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, pretty much anything with Tom Hanks in. Actually, when we were away, I saw the Elvis movie, which was a really interesting movie. Actually, I didn't know that much about Elvis's sort of background. Obviously, I know the songs, but Tom Hanks was in that as well. Donna is saying her husband is putting his 5 cents worth in and saying anything to do with Norman wisdom. That is a blast from the past. So, yeah, there were all sorts of Norman wisdom type movies. My dad loved Norman wisdom. Oh, A Man Called Otto. Yeah, so that's his new one. I haven't seen that one either. So we have phases in our house of going to the cinema like every couple of weeks. Then we don't go for ages. And we're just in a phase where we we haven't had 5 minutes to breathe, let alone kind of have a time to go to the cinema. So I am really behind on lots of movies. So I will add those to the to our ever-growing list. But yeah, it did make me laugh when I was rummaging through the through the DVD cupboard. How many DVDs we've got that are things blowing up. Oh, The Bank of Dave. Yeah, I watched that a couple of weeks. Oh no, about a month ago, Lorraine. It's really good. If anyone's not seen that, it's very funny. Awesome. Okay, so keep your movie recommendations coming in, but we need to have movies particularly that you watch multiple times, because I can't be the only weird person in the world that watches movies lots. Oh dear. Okay, so today, again, from the advice of Michelle and Karen, no, Michelle and Sue today, we were talking about what I was going to do today, and normally I have everything arranged for craft and chat the week before. So like normally after today, I go and prep everything for next week, and then I know it's done and it's ready. But for some reason, I didn't do it last week, and I thought, oh, I'll do it yesterday. And then my car went wrong. So my car needs to go. That's the top and tail of it. But it had a warning light, or a series of warning lights on it, which basically said that the brakes weren't working. And because I drive the same way that I run my world, which is fairly quick, me not having brakes is really not a good plan. Worse still, I'm supposed to be going and visiting my mum tomorrow. And going to see my mum and my dad, and I was supposed to be going in the morning. Clearly I'm not, because driving a car with potentially no brakes is not a good plan. There are brakes. I actually drove my car to Card Club. It's only 2 minutes up the road. But basically there is some kind of fault on the electrics to do with the brakes, with the sensors. And I'm fairly sure it's the same thing that I had about a year ago. And one of the sensors on the back wheel got corroded. So I think it's probably its matching partner on the other side of the car. But obviously I'm not going to risk doing a 6 to 8 hour journey to mum and dad's tomorrow. So that's, yeah. So anyway, so as a consequence of dealing with all of that yesterday, I was deciding in card class today what I was going to show you today. And we made this card using this set. Now, this is a really, really cool 2-step stamp set. And I don't think I've shared it with you before, but there are a few hints and tips with it. So what I thought I'd do is show you how to make 4 cards at once, which is a pretty cool thing to do. So I'm just going to get my grid paper and my inks and things. I'm going to flip the camera around and show you. And I will apologize again. My cough, I can't shake it. So I've got water with me, but apologies. I turn away from the camera when I'm coughing so it doesn't kind of blast in your ears. But yeah, it keeps coming and going. So apologies for that. All right, so let's switch that around. There we go. Okay, so let's look at this stamp set. So it's a 2-step stamp set. So you've got like the infill and then the detail. So those two go together, those two go together, those two go together, those two go together, those two go together. And then you've got these as well. Now, can you see the stamens there? When I was designing the class for card class, I figured out that normally you stamp like the main image first and then stamp the detail over the top. But for this stamp set, it works much better if you do it the other way around. So I'm just going to show you. I've got some inks here. Let's just okay. So so normally what I recommend is you stamp the detailed stamp, which is super cool, and then you stamp the paler stamp and you look over the top and you line it up like so. And that's actually worked really well. I've managed to line up those stamens. But it's easier to stamp it this way, because you can see that white spot much easier. And I'm just going to have to bring this a bit closer to me. Ooh. It's much easier to line it up. So at the end of the day, it's kind of up to you which way round you go. There's never a right way or a wrong way, but do whichever you prefer. So I know that you'll ask the colours. This is Fresh Freesia and Berry Burst. But like my original card, we're going blue. Oh, Laura saying that she watches The Sound of Music time and time again. Yeah, Sound of Music. That is a really good movie. Love that. Kathy saying she must have watched the Downton Abbey movies a million times. Donna's hubby downloads movies and puts them onto an external hard drive. That's a really cool plan to do that as well. Okay, so I have... I've got sparkles and all sorts. So I've got kits. I'm just getting all of my mats and layers out. And I will explain in a moment what I'm doing. So what you actually need are 4 sets of card blanks. And you want card blank, a matte layer, and an inside layer. Okay, so those are the things that you want, 4 sets. And then what we're going to do is we are going to take a piece of cardstock and we're going to decorate the piece of cardstock and then we're going to cut it to make 4 cards. So this is a great way of making cards quickly. And also it the way I'm going to show you how to do it means that you'll get coverage over the whole area. So what you need to do first up is work out what size the layer piece is going to be. So for my cards, it's 3.5 inches and the height is 5 1/4. So because I'm going to cut this into quarters, I've got 2 widths and 2 heights. So this piece of card is 7 inches by 10.5. And what we're going to do is grab a pencil and my ruler. And that's going to be famous last words because I bet the pencil's fallen out of the basket. Ha. Yeah. Every time. Bear with me a second. Oh. It's definitely going to be one of those days today. Okay, so there is no pencil in there. Ooh! Yay, I found it. Okay, so what you're going to do is measure 3.5 widthways and then 5 1/4, and then we're just going to join up the lines. So you just want this really pale, and I will show it to you in a second. And we are going to rub it out afterwards, but you just, oh, that's not good. That's nail polish. I'm going to have to stamp over the top of that in a minute. Can you see that? Actually, what I'm, yeah, no, I'll leave it. We will fix it. Don't worry. Okay, so what we're going to do is get our stamps. Move those out of the way. So I've got Balmy Blue, Night of Navy and Garden Green. I've got all sorts of different stamps and sentiment stamps. And what we're going to do is start inking. So I'm going to put this on the mat, and what you want to do is stamp along that line or along those lines, and you can go either side of the line. We're going to go around the edges as well. Stamp off. Like so. Then I suggest once you've done those ones, then do the infill first, because that will give you a better look at kind of what gaps you need to fill. And so each time I'm looking at those little stamens, and that is what I am trying to line up. And you know me, I love just doing stamping. Ooh, I missed a bit. There we go, fixed it. This will take a little bit of time. So, whilst I'm concentrating on getting it all lined up, I've had a few questions and comments about my Christmas questionnaire that I sent out about classes and events. And I have analysed all the results, and I am waiting for a few things to be confirmed. And once I've sorted out a few things that are going on here, then I will be getting in touch with all of my dates and all of the bookings and all of the things. But at the moment, just so that you know, I am absolutely going to be doing another Christmas retreat, which will be online, and the 3 classes that are part of the retreat will be available individually. So you can either do them as an individual class or as a whole thing. And for my local people, I've got some dates, so I am hoping to get some things in place there as well. So, okay, so I've started out with the biggest flowers. I'm now going to move on to some of the smaller ones. Ooh, that's not very clever. Got some gems on there. All right. I'm just deciding where to put these. You don't have to put all of the stamps on all of the pieces, because you may want to... Hang on, let me just line this up. So this has got 5 dots. Ew. I'm going to keep turning this round. I don't know. Two, four, five. All right, so I think it goes. Yay! Okay. Nearly. Nearly. So nearly. Move your ink pad out of the way. Okay. Here we go. Can you see this one here? It's got 5 dots. You just need to line up the 5 dots. And it's the same with everything. Once you get your eye in, you'll be all right. Oh, Lorraine's excited about the Christmas retreat. Yeah, I am very excited about the Christmas retreat. So tomorrow, demonstrators can order from the Autumn Winter catalogue. And I've got plans, but until I've actually got products in my hand, I can't. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be doing. So I think I know, but you can't always be sure. So it'll be very exciting when all the products arrive. And I love Christmas, as you all know. So Antriana says that this is how she makes lots of Christmas cards all at once, which is a great way of doing that. I'm just putting in a few more leaves as we go. Let's see. Thanks, Kathy. Oh, Ali's just out of her radiography appointment. So she's watching on her phone in the car. You rest up, lady. Rest up. She's done 12 out of 15. Awesome. You're nearly there. Just keep swimming on. Right. There we go. Okay. So I've pretty much gone all around the edges, I think. And we just need some more leaves there, actually. Ta-da. Okay. So what we're going to do now is rub out the pencil lines. Because although you don't think you're going to be able to see them, there are eagle eyes amongst you that will. So just rub it out gently. And then what we're going to do is chop it up. Dino, absolutely. Yes, non-UK people can absolutely do my classes. So I always have 2 different sorts of classes. So The UK people can have a kit, and I send the kit out, but I also do a PDF only version. So I give you a list of all the products that you'll need, and then you purchase them either from yourself if you're a demonstrator, or from your local friendly demonstrator. And if you need a demonstrator, I do say this often, I have a lot of wonderful international friends. So if you are ever in need of a demonstrator in a different country, let me know, and I will pop them, or pop your details to them, or whichever way around you want to go. Okay, so we've now got these 4 card blanks, or 4 patterned cards. Now you might look at that and go, I need a little bit more flower or something. So what I suggest you do, if you want to do that, is pick up one of the smaller sets of flowers and add those in. Now you can do this before if you want to, but what I tend to do is I pick my sentiment next, and then I fill in the gaps. So let's just, yes, Deborah, Canadians can purchase my PDFs. Everybody can purchase my PDFs. So let me put there's my website. So you just go on there and you can purchase my PDFs. Obviously, if it's a live class, it will be at a UK time. But what you may find is that doesn't work for you. But there's always a video recording, so you can do that. And my European friends and my Australian, New Zealand friends, we use A4 cardstock, so that's all the same. For my North American friends, you use 8.5 by 11 cardstock. I can adapt the projects for that. So if I know I've got Canadians or Americans, then I write different instructions for them. Right, so let's have a look. We're going to have, sorry, I'm crafting the way I think we all craft when we're not on camera, which is, what shall I put there? I'm going to make that into a thank you card. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to put my thank you there. So I'm going to put some flowers here and here and there. And then these ones, I'm going to go there and there and there, and we need a few more leaves. Lost my leaves again, which will just pop some there. And there as well. Okay, so you've got patterns there. So that's one. So let's see. This one. I love this sentiment. Oh, let me just get rid of that banner actually, so you can see the bottom of what I'm doing. Hang on. I love this sentiment. This says, here's to beautiful beginnings and happy ever afters. So let's kind of block off. So we're just going to put in a couple more here. Now, obviously, if you wanted to, what you could do is put your sentiments in first. That obviously works as well. That's up to you. Which way round you want to go. There's one more there. And one just there. We've got an offset card there. Let's pick up my thank you again. That works really well there. Oh, make a great wedding invitation, says Andriana. Absolutely. And I think this is the thing. You just need to play around with your colors, play around with your sentiments. Just figure out which way around you want things to go. A few more leaves. This works great. I know Andriana said earlier, this works great with Christmas cards. If you've got snowflakes, that kind of thing, that works really well. So can I? Yeah. Oh, do you want to hear a secret? A secret. So there is coming in the new catalogue, and it will be part of the Christmas retreat bundle. There is a Christmas version of Biggest Wish, which is going to be the stamp set included in the retreat. I am so excited. So that's my plan anyway. We all know that plans can change, and because sometimes the products arrive and I think, oh, I can't do the thing that I was going to do with that, and then I have to redesign. But I am hopeful. I am hopeful. Ooh. Okay, let's just get a few more leaves on there. One there. And one there, I think. Okay, so I'm going to get these ink pads closed up because we know what's going to happen. Lorraine is saying this is a great reminder of this technique. Exactly. It's just, it is a fun technique. There are lots of different ways that you can do this. Let me just bring these all in. So obviously, as you can add in extras. I am going to put in some rhinestones. And basically what the rhinestones will do is just lift, if you've got any white space, it just lifts up the white space. You can never go wrong with a few rhinestones. At class today, we used normal rhinestones, but we also used iridescent rhinestones. If you haven't had a look at those on the store, give them a go, because these standard rhinestones are silver backed. So that makes them really reflective. Let me show you. Makes them really reflective, but they're quite neutral in tone. But the iridescent rhinestones, they reflect purples and blues and greens. They are very cool. So there we go. Right, so there are all the cards. So I've got all these bases. So let's get them all stuck down. And of course, if you are making these at home, you'll be quicker than me, unless you are giving running commentary as you're talking, as you're crafting. And look, as always, what difference is made by a mat and a layer? It is always worth doing, just to make your colours pop. So if you want to ensure that your sentiments are perfectly positioned exactly where you want them, then you can always stamp your sentiments first and then kind of work around them. But I have to say, I love the randomness of this, because it means that each card is very different, even though they're similar in the same, they've all got the same colors. Most of them have got the same stamps. But the reality of the completed card is always different. So there we go. Oh, and I was talking earlier about the Christmas items in the Christmas catalogue. I will be sending out the Christmas catalogues at the end of August. You can't order until the 6th of September. So don't worry if it doesn't get to you straight away at the very end of August. We've got to wait until the 6th to order. And I'm just going to clean up this mess. So this, I dropped some rhinestones. That's the plastic off the rhinestones. I dropped some rhinestones on my desk. Eek. Now I've got blue everywhere. Let me just... It's just getting worse by the second. Right, let's just clean that up. Clean that up. Have to get the kitchen cleaner on it in a minute. So I'm just going to move those out of the way. Da-da-da. And then, there we go. Ta-da! Similar, not the same, but a quick way of making 4 cards. One sheet, well, 2, hang on. 1, 2, 4 sheets of card. So you make 4 card blanks, 4 layers, and then 1 piece that you're going to chop up. There we go. Right. So I think that is going to be all from me for today. I hope you have enjoyed today's craft and chat. If you haven't already, do subscribe to my YouTube channel, or give me a follow or a like on Facebook. All of the items that you've seen today are available for purchasing in my online store. If you pop over to www.inspiringinking.com, you'll see a list of all the products and clickable links straight to the online store. In the world of Stampin' Up at the moment, we've got a kits collection sale on right now, between 10 and 30% of some of our kits. So do check that out. Also, it's always worth checking the clearance rack because there's always some bargains to be had there. And if you shopped in July, you will have bonus codes to use. Make sure you use them in August. So I will see you all again next week. Till then, take care. Goodbye.